I have lived this shit, folks. I've lived it. I know how hard it is to fix the problems. But some of you just simply want to do the shit and like, hey, I don't want you to have the same kind of shit that I went through. Why would you want to do that? Don't you want to be the person that said, you know what? I listened to everything he said, avoided the shit he said to avoid, and I'm doing it better, and I don't have any issues. Man, that's what I want to hear. That's why I'm mentoring. I'm mentoring like that because I want to hear a student say that. I've not had one student do that yet. Hundreds of thousands of students, not one of them has come forward and said, you know what? I listened to all your shit, and I don't want to go through that. I'm going to listen to the lessons that are going to be the most uncomfortable ones to listen to, because guess what? That's the stuff that's going to break me. You're that person, okay? It's not the market maker that's getting you. It's the person in the mirror. You've done your own ass. You did that. You're all doing something, all of you are doing something individually that's holding you back. I don't give a shit how well you're doing right now. You all are doing something that's having a negative impact on your growth. And that's why it's important that you journal. And you don't realize what those things are until you go back and look at what it is you're doing. You keep doing things over and over again, and they're having a negative response. The results are showing less than optimal. Mind that. Figure out what it is you're doing. Something doesn't feel right, and you're just bothered by it. That kind of stuff can materialize and manifest itself in your decision making in the marketplace, because you'll come to these marketplaces like a way of escaping, living a different life. And sometimes you can talk yourself into thinking you're James Bond, walk out here and find out, no, no, you're nothing like that, and you need a stretcher. So when you have these poor decisions to come in here and try to find a way of fixing yourself and feeling good, the worst thing you can do is try to do that on a day like today, because you're not going to fix yourself. Okay, you're not going to fix yourself on a day like this. It's going to do a lot of harm, more harm than you realize, and it's not going to be noticeable to you until you trade after this day. Typical bread and butter day. See, these are the reasons why I talk to you the way I talk to you like this, and you don't like it, because it doesn't give you that, these woodshed moments. These are the very things that I did my own ass with, period. I did these things dozens of times, and it resulted in blown accounts, drawdown that took weeks to fix. I've done those things, folks, and honestly, you don't need to do it. You can do all these things that gets to the point of consistency and profitability and never experience these types of things. It's possible. I'm telling you, it's possible, but you don't want to listen. And it's frustrating to me as a mentor, because, like, I'm not lying to you. I told you, like, dude, I've blown accounts before. I've lost money doing these types of things. Why would you want to try to do something like this? all these things are negative thoughts. So if you're taking up time and you're acknowledging that thought and giving it, your attention, how many times are you doing it a day, inside of one day? Now imagine doing this while you're in a trade. Oh shit, that's heavy, ain't it? From the time you enter that trade, how many times are you thinking, this fucker's going to go against me? It's way off the scales. If you're in there for a length of time, you're thinking a lot. This is going to turn on me. This is going to fail. Oh, I better not take the partial there. Oh, I should have got in here. I should have done this. I should have done that. That's all negative thinking. So if you don't master yourself, this business is going to warp you. And you can have a profitable model, because y'all have it now. You can have something that has stats. You have it now. You have proof, people making real money all around the world, climbing to the top of FTMO leaderboards. You don't see anybody else. Just like I'm trying to create in you. You are your own fucking army. You're an army of one. You don't need me to be your fucking general. You don't. More negative thinking, toxic thinking. A model that works. It's very, you have a specific time of day to look for the setups. That's trading. That is trading. Having rules, a process, and following it. And accepting the fact that sometimes you're going to do it wrong and lose money. Guess what? That's what everybody endures. You have to go through that. And don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of that experience of, I thought I did everything right, but I lost. See, you're trying to find the video where I cover how to avoid that. When the video I put out was handling drawdown and an inevitable loss or losing streaks, something to that effect. So I'm telling you, you're going to lose money. You're going to absolutely lose money. You're going to have losing trades. You're going to have everything in the chart indicate to you that it is likely to do a specific thing, and you're going to find the courage to push the button, and when it happens, it fails. What? Yeah, it fails. What's the it? You. You did it. Your decision was wrong. The concepts didn't fail. The market didn't do you wrong. You made a decision that was inaccurate. And you have to own that. And there is liberation when a trader comes to that mindset and says, you know what? I didn't do that right. But guess what? It doesn't change anything. It just means that I had to pay for that mistake. And that mistake gives me experience. And then when I make money in the next trade or the trades after this, and I come back from that drawdown, it will be an encouragement to me that all this was a skin knee. I got a boo-boo. I got a paper cut. It didn't remove my head cleanly and lose my account or make it impossible for me to trade again. It didn't remove your arsenal. Pay attention. Really pay attention to this and reflect on it. And are you making these decisions with these thought processes in mind? And if you are, I'm challenging you to think about why you're doing that. Because most of you aren't really here to make money for the money side, the money side of it. You want to have attention. You want to feel empowered. You want to feel appreciated by other people. And you think that that's self-worth, and that's not. That's fake. And I learned that the hard way. I have a lot of scars. Like you may have a father and a mother that you were raised by. I didn't have that. So I have a lot of built-in hostility. I have reasons to prove myself because everybody said I was going to be just like him. And in a lot of ways, most of my childhood was me building this idea in my head that I gotta become something that's going to make them regret how they neglected me. And that's what wired me to be who I am. Because I wish I had this coming up. I try to be, and I don't think of myself as a superhero. I don't think of myself as a rock star. But I try to be the very thing I prayed I had growing up. Somebody to look up to that really genuinely wanted to see me succeed, because there was a motherfucker that wanted to see me succeed. They were all waiting for me to fail so they can come around and like hyenas and fucking laugh in my face. And I knew it. And I did everything I fucking could. Multiple jobs, worked on weekends, fucking studied my ass off. Everything I ever did, I excelled in. Everything. Martial arts, yep. Weightlifting, yep. Businesses, yep. Trading, the fucking best, baby. The best. And there ain't a motherfucker ever gonna be better than me. That's how it's always been. But what pushed me here was the fact that there was nobody Nobody, not one motherfucker said, you can do that. Everybody said I was going to fail. Every single person said I was going to fail. Now, being the person that I am, all these things that would otherwise be handicaps in other people's eyes, mental illness, I used them as strengths. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. Okay, I'm going to put myself in fucking charts until I figure this shit the fuck out. Nothing else matters but this. And yes, I was willing to let relationships, family, everything fail around me until I got this. First marriage failed. My children, I was not the best father. They were provided for, but they didn't have my time and my attention. They'd be talking to me about what they're excited about. And I'm looking at charts, nodding my head like I heard what they said. I didn't hear a fucking thing my children said to me. I was a terrible dad. Terrible. So you see me as someone that's amazing doing this. But none of you would have paid what I paid to get it. And I'm not proud of it.
So this is the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm very grateful for the fact that you watched it all the way to the end. For me personally, this message corresponded so much with my journey, and I truly hope that there's someone else out there that also finds great benefit in these type of videos. I thank you for watching this video. I wish you a great day, and we'll talk soon again. Be safe.
How many setups offered 5 points with something just like this at these key times of the day? And then do the math. If you could just do 1/2 of that, or just 1/4 of that with one mini, it's real easy to see how it's just a matter of time before that moves fear. It removes fear, moves fear. It removes fear of missing out. It removes the fear and anxiety of failing. But it also removes the fear of inflation. Because this skill set will always outpace inflation. I don't care if gas is $20 a gallon. I'm going to drive gas is $20 a gallon. I'm going to drive my Corvettes. I have 8-cylinder Corvettes that I absolutely will not leave parked. I will drive them and I will enjoy them. I don't care. Gas can be whatever it wants to be. It's a write-off for me. Okay? It's a write-off for me. Okay? I don't care how much food is going to cost. I hope I can continuously find it. But I'm not worried about what my utility bills are going to cost. I don't worry about what things are going to cost. That skill set that you're learning here, it aids in that. It helps in that. Notice I'm not promising you get rich. Notice I haven't said that. Because I don't want you coming to my channel thinking I'm promising you to get rich. But I am promising you a skill set that offers the opportunity to do limitless feats and wonders. And it's only limited by your imagination. How much work are you going to put into it? How much work have you put into it? Who are you allowing to influence you and discourage you, distract you? Are you seeing results? Am I proving this stuff works? Do you feel scammed? Or do you feel energized and thankful that you're part of a community like we have here that's thriving, that's energetic, They're happy. They're uplifted. They encourage one another. And everyone here knows that they're not being taken for a ride. There's no upsell coming. Doesn't that feel good? It frees you up to just concentrate on learning. There's no angle. There's no sales pitch coming. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that cool? That's like the point is you're in a community that we're all trying to help one another. And all I'm trying to be is the captain of the team and just lead you in the right direction and hopefully avoid the pain and struggles that I went through. Real accounts, real money, real buttons are being pushed. You are going to find that there is a lot of opportunity that you're going to let slip by and not be upset about it. It's going to be one of the most fun experience that you're going to have as a developing and developed student of price action under me. Is you'll see so many setups, you're like, I could do this trade right now, but I'm not going to. And then walk away from it after it comes to fruition, thinking, I could have done that. And I had the discipline to say no, because I'm not being influenced by fear or greed. And when you're at that level and you're consistent, you have graduated. You are an independent thinker. You have mastered fear and greed. You have operated with a level of discipline that is unknown to majority of traders on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. That day's coming for you. But you got to go through this stuff here to get to it. It's not hiding from you. I'm not making it hard for you. I've literally taught you everything except for money management, which we'll talk about next week. And then you have the complete understanding of what it is you're doing here. And you're just going to do the same thing every day. Some days you'll get it right. Some days you won't. When you get it wrong, you stop. You don't rush to get it back. And you're going to find the next day, sometimes, there it is. What you took as a loss the previous day comes back sometimes with interest. And that's a good feeling when it happens. It's like, wow, I don't need to worry about it. Losing trades is like getting a flat tire. It sucks. It costs you a little bit of money and time, delays you from what you're trying to get to and accomplish. But it's just a speed bump. Costs you a little bit of time and money, but it didn't keep you from getting where you're going. It just created a detour, a delay. This is what typically will happen. The trader will be in a rush to get into a live trade, impatience, and they'll be met with a losing trade, and they'll take it and hold it too long and take a larger loss than they otherwise would normally take in their system. As soon as you lose control over what you're focused on following in terms of your rules, you need to stop. Even if it's a losing trade that you end it with, stop. That's the easiest solution to fixing tailspins. I want you to completely grow comfortable with seeing transactions that do not pan out, because that does not end your career. Okay? They're speed bumps, folks. And over your career, if you added up every single negative transaction, one that's not profitable, it's going to be a lot of money if you are in the business long enough. So get accustomed to seeing it. Don't fear it. Don't be swayed by it. Don't feel like you're a failure because of it. You need to be attentive to it, but don't fear it. Okay? And it's right about now, the trader, in my opinion, would encounter some internal struggle where they're trying to find their own groove. Okay? And you only do that by getting in there and actually executing. So in the beginning, you want to be mindful of not over trading. Don't do a whole lot of transactions. It is as beneficial as you can make it, as long as you're not blowing the account out. So if you're taking lots of transactions for the sake of overcoming the anxiety of entering, okay, lots of transactions can overcome that. and you get in. As soon as you get the transaction entered, you exit it, and then watch how the trade pans out. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. Student that has been doing demo only, there's a great chasm of learning that separates demo and live trading. So some of the things that I have seen over the years as a mentor is fear of executing. And the questions come up like, I see the setup, but I'm afraid to take and pull the trigger. The only thing you can do is pull the trigger. You have to do that. So the way you would go into that systematically to desensitize yourself from it is put the trade on, eat, and then you study what transpired after your execution. And it's just a matter of doing that over and over again, and what will happen is you'll grow more confident in your execution model. What's your framework? Is it a fair value gap? Is it an order block? Is it an optimal trade entry? Is it a breaker? All the things that I'm teaching, or it may not even be what I'm teaching. It may be something else that you have, or maybe you developed yourself. Whatever that model is, if you're fearful of taking a trade or executing it, a live account, you desensitize yourself by just simply taking lots of trades. And Larry Williams said that's what he did. He was fearful of taking a trade, and the only way he beat it was just taking trades over and over and over again. And then more or less that's how I did it too as a commodities trader back in 1992. And it works, but you have to be careful not to blow the account and overstay your welcome. And when you don't feel it, you don't see something, you don't execute, you leave it alone. Then you have another day here where you feel like you missed a move and you get spiteful and you go, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to try to get what I want to get. And then you end up over trading again. What's the solution to this? What do you do to correct this right here? Lower your frequency of trade. Set yourself a boundary on the next trading day, 1 or 2 at most trades. If you start going over 3 and all that, you're asking for trouble. You force yourself to stop. Don't take any trades. Just observe. Go back to tape reading. If you're going to be just a price action trader, you can trade without a bias, yes. But my question has always been, if you can discern a bias, why would you not want to trade only in that bias and just filter out all those other trades? It just gives you a lot more confidence, especially if you're a developing trader. Now, me personally, with more than 2 decades of trading experience, I don't fear any loss because I know I have the skill sets that will allow me to come back from whatever that loss or series of losses would be, and then move to a new equity high or objective for the week or month or whatever it is that I'd be trading in. If you're a new developing trader, you're not going to have that confidence level. In fact, what will happen is it'll be deflating for you. You'll take a loss and you'll walk away from the market and walk away from my materials and walk away from Forex thinking that no one's making money and therefore you've wasted your time. I don't want you to feel that way. And I have felt that way in the past before with commodities. Okay? And I know what that feels like. It's very painful, it's hurtful. And if you have let someone else know that you're doing it and you're not making money, okay, or finding success in it, they will add to that pain, okay, and give you every reason why you're wasting your time and that you shouldn't be doing it. I can tell you with experience, do not listen to these individuals, okay, and stick to what you started this for. You wanted to do this for a reason. Whatever that reason was that got you into this industry, don't give up on it. Stick to it. Don't let a series of losses, don't let a period of drawdown, don't let a period of uncertainty in your price action study, don't let me holding you up with watching a new installment in a video series drive you nuts. Okay, this is all part of the development. You have to get beyond all those outward things that are always going to be there. If it's not me holding you up with a video series installment, if it's not the period of market action that you're in, if it's not the real life events that come into your life, okay, it's going to be something else. There's always going to be something that's going to be a perfect opportunity to blame why this isn't the right thing for you to be doing. And that's what weak-minded traders do. And they leave thinking that this is not working for anyone else. So therefore everyone else that's saying they're making money is full of bullspit. And I can tell you that it's a normal thinking process, normal thought process that traders go through. I'm telling you, if you ask anyone that's been doing this for any length of time, they have all at least one time felt that way. Okay? So don't let the idea of uncertainty or difficulty or growing pains, because that's what it is, guys. It's growing pains. You're going to go through periods that make you feel as if that you're wasting your time. This is something that you shouldn't be doing, that you're wasting money. Your wife was right, your husband was right, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever it is, your boss laughed and said you'll never leave it. Leave the place that you work at. You'll still be there 5 years from now doing this stuff, not trading, but doing whatever you're doing for your job. That's okay? Understand this. You're learning one of the highest forms of speculation there is. Did you really expect it to be easy? Think about that. We're in here trading in the same realm as the banks do. They're not in the business of saying, okay, well, look, Michael seems like what we're going to do is we're just going to let him win on all of his trades because, he's just a good guy. It's not how it works, man. Believe me, I have to fight, claw, and just war with the price action just like anyone else does. Okay? It's the same thought process goes through my mind, but I have the time behind me to know that if I get basically kicked in the balls, I know I'm going to be able to shake it off and come back and find something else to recoup that money. A new trader doesn't have that. They don't have that. The only thing they know is, wow, I just took a loss. That hurt. That hurt my ego. That hurt my pride. That hurt my bank account. If it happens 10 more times, what if I'm not really right to do this? This is something I shouldn't be doing. Boom, what are you doing? Now you have toxic thinking, okay? And that's going to plague your performance. And it's going to make you get out of trade as soon as you get a little bit of a profit, because you're going to think, I don't want this to go back to the way it was when I took a loss.
This is going to be a very hard journey for you. So you have to prepare yourself to seek your own approval by your own study and your own development. Reward yourself when you do it right. And when you do it wrong, give yourself permission to be wrong and allow yourself to grow. There is never, ever going to be a trader that starts and never has a loss. My very first trade was a loss. I lost 50% of my account overnight. I had no idea what I was doing. I was baptized, thrown in the water, and drowned. Stick to what you were trying to do. When it gets to your objectives, scale out and get your target and move to the sidelines. Don't change strategies while you're in a trade. It never, ever, ever is a good thing. Find your unique model and grow from it. Don't tweak it too much. Once it's profitable, stick with it. And then what you'll find is, by using a more advanced money management approach, if you have a method that gives you a delivered result that's measurable and it's consistent enough that it does it more times than it doesn't, if you add impeccable risk management and money management to that, you will become wealthy. End of story. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's the way it is. But you cannot get to that point until you go through all these other steps that are very, very boring, admittedly, but they're all part of the process. So you're controlling your impulses to stop telling everybody your business, okay? It's your business. It's not their business. So stop giving your business to someone else. Learn risk management well and make that your initial, very first thing that you want to master. Your coworkers are going to give you every negative thing because they hate their life. They're just going to look at you as your pipe dream, and you're not going to get to where you're going. And it's going to be fun for them to watch you fail. They're at the same place you're at, that you're trying to escape. And you don't want to have someone constantly poking you every day. Unless you feel the pain of being in a market that's not moving in your favor or screaming against you, you're not going to fully appreciate what I'm saying here. And I just was doing everything wrong. But I was not going to be deterred. I saw lots of equity swings that would make anyone else nauseous, and I didn't care, because I figured I'm going to get it right eventually. Find your unique model and grow from it. Don't tweak it too much. Once it's profitable, stick with it. You will become wealthy. End of story. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's the way it is. This is going to be a very hard journey for you. So you have to prepare yourself to seek your own approval by your own study and your own development.
It's time to stay focused, man. You still got work to do. It's grind season, homie. It's not about today. It's about the future. You do the work now. Do the work now. And all of the shit that you could ever want to do for your family, your kids, your loved ones, it's all going to be on a whole nother stratosphere.
Find your unique model and grow from it. Don't tweak it too much. Once it's profitable, stick with it. And then what you'll find is, by using a more advanced money management approach, if you have a method that gives you a delivered result that's measurable and it's consistent enough that it does it more times than it doesn't, you will become wealthy.
Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying? Because I'm trying to get it.
Reward yourself when you do it right, and when you do it wrong, give yourself permission to be wrong and allow yourself to grow.
Where do I start? And when's the best time to start? And I have a very simple answer for that. Here and now. That's it. You want to improve? You want to get better? Where do you start? You start right here. And when do you start? You start right now.
Stick to what you were trying to do. When it gets to your objectives, scale out and get your target and move to the sidelines. Don't change strategies while you're in a trade. It never, ever, ever is a good thing.
The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your shit, molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gonna fly.
Find your unique model and grow from it. Don't tweak it too much. Once it's profitable, stick with it. You will become wealthy. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's the way it is.
Because the idea isn't going to execute itself. You have to do it, and you have to do it now. Just start doing it. Take that first step and make it happen. Get after it. And get after it here and now.
You will become wealthy.
And I have a YouTube channel audience too. I personally cannot keep up with the correspondence. I wish I could, because I love it. Sometimes it moves me to tears because of the joy I get by hearing these stories, and also the stories that people are struggling. Not every one of my students do exceedingly well. I'm going to be upfront and honest and tell you that. I've said it in the past. It's not like something I'm going to just confess to now. I've always said this. This is a very difficult business to do well in, because you're competing against yourself. And you're giving so much improper information, and there's so many people out there masquerading as someone that knows what they're doing. And all of that is a disadvantage for you. And it's almost like a landmine field laying in front of you. And you really need to know where to step, because if you step the wrong place, it's over. And if you do it enough times, no matter how strong you feel about conquering this, and knowing that there's going to be periods of adversity, at some point, even the best of you will want to throw in the towel and quit. I'm here to tell you, don't ever quit. It doesn't cost you anything to watch these videos except for the time that you invest. If you keep digging into them and keep practicing what I tell you to practice and keep studying and looking for the things I'm pointing to, it will happen for you. It will unlock your understanding, and one day, what day, I don't know, but it's always different for somebody else. And I have students from my 2016 group that still cannot make money. I'm being absolutely honest. But I also have students that just came into this final group in 2021 that are literally killing it because they were trading with information they learned here, but it was hit and miss. Now they're doing exceedingly well. Was it because they joined the mentorship? Probably. Or is it because they put enough time in beyond what they probably thought was going to be required? I think it's that. So don't give up. Don't let someone else convince you that you're wasting your time doing this. The worst thing you can do is tell your friends and your family what you're doing. Don't even do that, because they're not going to understand. And they're going to be asking you, usually at the wrong times, hey, how you doing? You're so-and-so. And it'll be a period where you're struggling. And they'll be like, well, I'm glad I didn't listen to you. How's that going to make you feel? It's going to make you question whether or not what you're doing is a viable means of pursuit to a better life. When I'm telling you, it absolutely is. This is the last bastion, folks. Look around. I'm not going to describe what I'm really hinting at, but all you have to do is look around. Every form of employment is being ravaged right now. It's going to get worse. Do you have a hedge against that? Do you have a way for you to feed you and your family without having to leave your house or hold your hand out for a government handout? No subsidies required. No leaving your home. As long as you have an internet connection and equity in the account, you can eat. That's where we're at now. It's not about getting rich. It's about making sure that you can eat, that you can meet your bills, make your ends meet. So it's my prayer and heartfelt desire and passion to inspire you to do well. And hopefully I've given you some tools here to do that, or at least begin the journey and working towards it. You're always in my prayers. I'm always thinking about all of you. Even I don't know you, I've never laid my eyes on you face to face, never shook any of your hands. I'm rooting for you. And you'll get it. Just keep plugging. Until next time, be safe.
What's holding you back in your trading? What's the barriers that keep you from finding the success and consistency that you know you desire as a trader? For some of you, you're just too new to even reach for that right now. And that's realistic. It may not feel realistic for you as a new trader because you want it right now at this very moment. But you're going to have to submit to some development time. How about the folks that have been doing this for 12 months or longer? Perhaps you've been doing it longer than 2 years. Heck, some of you probably have been doing it over 5, maybe even 10 years, and they've never found consistency or profitability. But you simply won't let it go, will you? You ever consider what those problematic things are that provide barriers to your development? Perhaps they have nothing to do with the things going on in the chart. Perhaps they're internal. Have you ever considered yourself pondering whether or not you deserve to be successful? And that sounds silly. Some of you may snicker to that, thinking, who would think that? I'm not submitting the idea that you are willingly and knowingly doing these things, but consider for a moment
Perhaps you have such a deep-rooted event or a lack of just mental health. But perhaps maybe you lost a parent. Maybe you lost a spouse or a child. And that deep-rooted grief is gnawing at you internally. And perhaps that's been a barrier for you. Perhaps you don't believe you deserve to be successful, because to be successful and to be financially independent means that you've moved on. And some of us, whether we want to accept it or not, hold on to these things as mental barriers, living in deep-rooted self-guilt. Have you ever considered the possibility that the lack that you have in understanding the marketplace in a consistent capacity really has nothing to do with the trading? I can tell you, as a young man, when I first was introduced to the marketplace, I really wasn't that astute. I didn't have any real interest. I was intrigued, but I didn't believe I deserved to be successful. I didn't believe that there's no better way to describe it, deserved it. I didn't believe that I had the deserving characteristics of what makes a successful trader successful. I didn't believe I had it, because I allowed initial input from my family members saying, well, this is a pipe dream, Michael. You're wasting your time. You're going to lose everything you have, Michael. You're going to waste your time doing this. And I believed it. I believed it for a long time, until I found more information about trading, and then I had a taste of what it was like to have success. Because some of you all know that my first trade was in an orange juice option, and I lost half of what I put up for the premium in one day. But I still couldn't let go of the willingness to see, could it happen for me? I had a lottery mentality. Not that I deserved it internally. I didn't see it like that. I looked at it as, it's the lottery, and I might get lucky. And as it were, I did get lucky. Even during the initial 3 to 4 months of success I was having, albeit by luck, I was making money consistently. But I was too afraid to say anything to anyone, because I would jinx it. Because internally, what I was hearing was the playback of every one of my family members and friends. Still to this day, I can still remember hearing the voice in my head. My uncle was dating a woman, and she just was a very cynical person. Nothing good came out of her mouth, nothing positive. He said, oh, well, you'll be working the rest of your life just like the rest of us. And I looked at her and I was like, you know what? What if she's right? What if she's right and I have to do this the rest of my life? I didn't want to. And I didn't want to accept that as my future. But because I heard it not only from her, but my other family members, that it was something that just doesn't happen for people like me. It sat with me and it gnawed at me. And I wouldn't let it go. And I wouldn't accept the pleasure of being profitable and successful. And it caused me to almost have a split personality. I became something I wasn't originally. An arrogant, self-centered individual. Because it allowed me to put on an armor to combat the internal dialogue I was having with myself, where I was telling myself, despite being profitable, as a new trader, finding profitability, I was combating that with internal dialogues, telling myself, reinforcing myself, that I don't really deserve this. This is not going to last forever. It's just going to be bound to find its way into failure. I mean, my family has to be right. They've been around longer than I have. And I couldn't enjoy the success. And I couldn't build a positive mindset. So because of this, I had a toxic mindset replaced. I didn't want to accept what my family members thought was going to happen. So to combat that, I created an alter ego. The arrogant trader, the one that was always right, pompous and arrogant. And I combated that with putting myself out online, on America Online. And that was my way of blocking out or arm wrestling outwardly what I was wrestling with internally. And I can tell you, as it's still to this day, I can think back, most people back then did not care for they didn't care for my ego. And it fueled it even more, because then it would cause me to think more guilt and more shame. And what do you do with that? The only way you can do is combat it, is be more arrogant. These things happen in all of us. Maybe we aren't going to come out and become an arrogant SOB. Maybe we're not going to be some know-it-all, okay? Maybe some of us just accept that quiet little voice that we don't deserve this. We don't deserve to be successful. And it manifests itself in our practices. It manifests itself in our analysis. It manifests itself in our execution or lack of execution on the trades. Think about it. How do you feel when you're in a trade, when it's profitable? Most of us, if you're honest and you're new, you just want to get out right now because you just want to have that winner. You want to appease that ache inside it. It will reaffirm what you're doing is profitable, and it will cause you to feel a greater significance for yourself. Nobody believes you're going to do this. You have to do it yourself. And it's very hard. And I can tell you, I'm probably the poster child. I tell you, if you put the work into learning this, you deserve it. Because there's no industry like this. It's so easy, you can fail immediately. It's so hard,